Hello my dear Aquarius, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between October 1st and October 15, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I used the Legacy of the Divine Tarot with Zero Marketing, and I will start shuffling your cards. It looks a little bit fiery here. I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aquarius viewers. So I want my dear Aquarius to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So my dear Aquarius, I also want to take the chance to tell you that the Sun moves from Virgo to Libra the 22nd of September and from Libra to Scorpio the 23rd of October. Mercury travels together with the Sun. It moves into Libra September 30 and into Scorpio October 17. 8 of Swords into Libra, where it joins there with Jupiter, because Jupiter moved into Scorpio from Libra 12th of October. This is Jupiter, and this is usually Gemini, but this has been a little bit of a problem for the air signs, being stuck in their own head with all the opinions that your head has about you, and therefore tormenting your body or your natural self, not being able to be the great spirit that you were supposed to be when you are whole, when you're not wounded like this or held back by your foot system. Something of that will be maybe revealed or intensified. Maybe you will have very intense thoughts and maybe reminiscing also something from the past. 8s are usually about repetition of some sort. So Sun, Mercury and Jupiter oppose Uranus retrograde in Aries together. Mercury and Sun also squares Pluto in Capricorn together. And Mars and Venus is in Virgo. Venus, see here, Venus travels into Libra October 15 and Mars moves into Libra October 21st. We will have the first new moon on the first new moon on the cusp Libra Scorpio September 20, then full moon in Aries October 5, and after that we will have the second new moon in Libra October 19. That will be rather powerful, with both the new moon and Sun in Libra here, together with Jupiter and Mercury in Scorpio there, and all opposing retrograde Uranus in Aries, so the Hangman illumination. And if I recall it correctly, also Uranus will be in its greatest opposition towards the Sun at the 19th, so it will be fully illuminated by the Sun. So it's something happening here with the divine masculine and its spiritual growth, so it's very hopeful. So I will just tune into your reading for a few seconds. Okay, so my dear Aquarius, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the past is probably September, may go back to August as well. It can be longer periods of time. If it's major arcana cards, it might be things has gone on even into your past lives. So and this is the now, the first half of October 2017. So when I'm doing this, it's September 15, so this is a forecast. I want you to be pre-warned of what's going to happen in your life. So many of you won't be able to recognize this, and many of you will, because you are working maybe with the same thing that you did a year ago, and it might also be a repetition. Life goes in cycles like this, and you might also be exactly in tune with this right now, because you might be one of the front runners, the one that carves the way for the others that will come after them. And here we have the future. The future is probably second half of October 2017, and it might stretch into November as well. Okay, so the first card for you here, Aquarius, is Five of Wands. So this was what we saw also when I split the deck into the first time. We saw it together with the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is self-control. Five of Wands is combat. And we also saw this with the Eight of Swords, the combat that you had between your mind and your body. So it's something going on probably within you, where you are not really aligned with yourself, not really in tune with yourself, not okay with everything you yourself want to do, or how you feel, or what you want, or what you need. So we see it's a tree arguing with itself, and it's very destructive, but it's very good in the same way, because as I used to say, this is like the minor arcana temperance card. When you meet your opponent, your shadow, and you start to rub off on each other, and from the beginning you are like Mars and Venus, people from Mars and people from Venus, with total different language, culture, everything, but here eventually you will learn each other's culture and language and how the other one works, and then you have learned a new culture. So you are like almost you were 100% before, now you're 200% when it comes to your experience. So this is the sequence when you're first, you're 1, and then you split into 2, and then you are 4, and you are 8, and you are 16, and 32, and 64, and 128. So this is how your soul expands through this rubbing off on each other. So it's no biggie in the big scoops of it all, but in your life it might have come up as a quarrel with someone. And here you have a King of Coins, so it might have been a fallout with some kind of authority, or a Capricorn, or any earth person, or any person that's stable and might be a little bit this is connected to the fives and the Taurus. So authority, like someone that's stubborn, they have decided to do something in some way, and they don't want to have this change because it's about power. If you get a lot of people to subordinate to your power, you are powerful. So it's a little bit a way of the ego, but it's okay. People are not doing things to be mean. They're doing things usually to survive, or to yes, because it feels good. So well, maybe some kind of confrontation here also with the husband might be the case, or your your wife also, or a friend. And here, oh, you have the Five of Swords as well. Yes, I have found the earth sign, please Virgo, to be a little bit feisty with this Five of Swords and Five of Wands. So fives is, I need to go in deeper into this so you will understand. Five, if you think about the five high priest, it's like a library where the human beings have collected their common knowledge. And the common knowledge might be different from Spain to United States, for example. People in Spain might have a certain way of being, and people in America might have a certain other way of being. And when they meet, they think that the other person or culture is a little peculiar, or they are amazed about the new things that they see. We can see this even more clearly in religion, how the big world religion is clumping up in different, like they can't be like a big community loving each other. They need to be opponent, because oh God, mine is bigger than yours is what I'm hearing here. So okay, and it's about throwing each other's what you know in the head of the other person. Like, this is what I know, this is how it should be, this is how I want things to be. And the other one says, well, this is, I see this is in my book, I can read this in my book, you can see it here, this is what, it's the truth. And the other one say, well, this is the truth. So no real cooperation here, but rather people try to take each other's powers and want to. It's like a castle here being underneath siege from enemy troops. So it might be some kind of battle between old tradition and new tradition, and old way of doing things and new way of doing things, and also old authority. Like when people become more individualistic, old authority is shaken in their ground, because who's then going to be like subordinate above when, or rising above or having authority over when there's no one that will listen to their authority. That's rather scary if you are an authority. So we'll see here. We continue with the fives. So 5 of Cups is how you feel when you have been attacked by someone that wants you to understand things in their way. They might even like attack someone just because to feel good, like steal someone's energy. So when it comes this much fives, I think there's a danger of energy being stolen here. So 5 of Cups is when you were on the losing end and someone attacked you or made you feel inadequate in some way, and you got this sad and wonder why. So why are they so mean towards me? So we'll see here. And next card is 6 of Swords. So I see in this 5 of Swords and 6 of Swords in many of the readings. I think it was in the 3 first: Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, and it's all air and earth. So it's something going on between air and earth. And we saw also this with the 8 of Swords: air and earth. The body is earth, air is your thoughts. So it's something that's not really right between thoughts and body. The body is being tormented by the thoughts. So if you have this problem on the outside, like people bickering, you might also have it on the inside. Look at your thoughts. Are you yourself picking on yourself like this? 6 of Swords is going and finding the truth. Okay, so here maybe Persephone has picked up her pieces of the sadness and going in. Here's the mind and here's the waters, so mind and heart. This is death, so someone has died, and going on with the river Styx, the lake of fire, kind of, to meet their maker, actually to meet the devil, the shadow side. So for some of you, you really need to shape up and find your strength. How you find your strength is to align with yourself. Don't distrust yourself. Don't let people come and say things to you. They can say things, but don't let it bother you. It doesn't matter what they say. Don't find yourself in this state for what someone has said and done. If the person is uncomfortable, move away from them. You don't have to. You see 6 of Swords moving away from troubled waters into more calm waters. You don't have to stay in a situation that's ugly or bad for you. But don't let yourself be driven away either. Take your territory. Stand your ground. And how to do that is to go down in the netherworld, find your devil, and make him or her help you. Okay, this is your strength. Usually when we are living in societies that have authority, we need to put our own strength in the basement, because in other case it will be offensive to authority, and when we pick it up again it will also be offensive to authority. So of course there's going to be a little war here, but this is a lot of war. We are only missing the 5 of coins, feeling left out in the cold. So I guess you still have your castle anyway. So it's the maybe the situation outside that's like hell is other people, what someone once said. So well, I hope you survive this. It's only 5s, and the 6 is coming with harmony. So I think it was like a trial or a test of some sort, and it seems like you stand your ground, but you felt hurt, so you wanted to move away, and that's natural. You don't want to socialize with people that's not supportive of you. And we can see this also often in culture and movies and things, that mother-in-law, for example, she's a real icon for this. And if you don't like people that you need to spend time with, you don't need to do this. And if you need to do this, you can also tell them. This is 6 of Swords, truth. So you can tell them, I don't like your style. I don't like the way you talk to me. If you don't have anything nice to say, you can shut your mouth. That could be a good thing. If you feel that someone is being, like they're just picking on you so they want to make you feel bad. They want to make you feel sad and they want to steal your energy. Don't go for this. Don't fall for this. You have your strength here. You don't have to be well adjusted and nice. If you're in this kind of siege, you don't have to be nice. Okay. This was in your past, and here you have the Two of Wands. So now we understand these doges, the power symbols. You have been afraid to use your strength. This is your own self-control and strength, and it's a little bit like sliding doors here. You can choose to go down either one way or the other. So in one way you might when you go down one path or open one of those boxes, maybe you leave a lot of people behind, and in the other box maybe you try to compromise yourself or try to find some kind of solution and keep your company. But the Two of Wands is having a lot of power, so it might mean also that you're turning your back on a situation or a group that has made a mess in your life, and I think you're totally entitled. If you have had this kind of battle going on, you're totally entitled to turn your back against that. And it's about moral values as well. If someone is acting immoral, you don't have to support them. Even if they have authority, you can still not care about them. No one will be able to keep their authority if no one is listening. So if everyone leaves, they can have this regime, almost like a dictatorship, all on their own. So this is leaving, and this is like turning your back on. And here we have a Queen of Cups, and it comes underneath King of Coins. So this is a lot connecting to the female body that we saw in the Eight of Swords. Listen to your body, listen to your intuition, listen to your feelings. There holds a big key to moral values here. There's a lot of things here. You will feel in your body if you're doing something wrong to someone, and then you will apologize. So the Queen of Cups is so in tune with her waters, so she won't be led astray when it comes to terms of moral and value, and to not hurt other people, to not make them like into a victim. When you are a Queen of Cups or a very emotional person, people want to make you a victim because you have a lot of energy, since you're getting it straight from the source. You have open source energy. It's like bathing in the river of everything, or the ocean of oneness. And so you have a lot of energy, and other people might not know how they are going to retrieve their own energy, so they are stealing from others. And this is the best source because it has a lot of energy. So don't let you be used and abused just because you are nice. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's King here. That's earth, body, feelings, emotions, natural instincts, behaviors. Okay, and here really central we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is about going inside and finding what's the truth, what's the right thing here to do. And the Hermit is very rock solid. It's a person that's not easily rocked because he has nothing to lose. He has himself, and he has his own feeling of self and own feeling of what's worth something in this life. And the Hermit has taken a step away from society to find out who he really is and what he wants and what his compass is pointing to. So it seems like you need to use a lot of your intuition here to find the right choice in this situation with the Two of Wands, which way to go down at. You really need to listen to your inside here and your highest point of moral values. I feel like take part with the weaks. Take part with the one that's victimized. Don't take part with the strong just because you will gain something from it. That's a real danger here, and that will maybe taint your own soul and give you some kind of karma, because this is a release of karma that's happening here. So be sure to go with the ones that releasing karma, not the ones that adding up karma to their backs. So high moral standard. This is Virgo. Virgo stands for high moral standard, to be the well-organized, the one that takes care, the one that sees to that everything is right. But that doesn't say that that they are always right. This again can become authority, like everyone listens to the hermit. So that's the next high priest. So be very careful of anywhere where you see someone is doing something just because they can, just because they have the power to, or because they are afraid of another person's building power. So you need to see this. So see what's in the core of this situation and be able to keep your clear judgment, so you're not falling into a trap. It's about being really awakened here. Shine with your attention light. And here we have the Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands is something more, it's something else, it's something more beautiful. It's something, it's a curiosity, it's a beautiful curiosity, but here it's a little bit hurt, it's a little bit wounded in some way, because maybe it has been attacked and diminished in some way. But the Knight of Wands has a fire that's very hard to put out. It's very curious. It wants to explore. It wants to see everything. It wants to learn new things. So it's like we know how it was with religion and science once, and the science took this step, like the Knight of Wands, out of the religion that then was the high priest, sorry, the Hierophant, and they took the step out and they throw away everything that they thought was mumbo jumbo and crazy and things like what I do. Okay, they throw everything out, and they went into this other way of thinking that felt very fresh and new, like seeing the things that tangible. That's the thing that you can know and measure. So they went into this, but eventually they built their theories. No, I can't say that today. Sorry. They built their different ways of seeing things, and they invested a lot of this, like they invested their careers into this, and they invested the books that they have given out into this, and they invested their money into this, their reputation, and their, like, what people think of them, like within their family, and how loved they were, and what kind of status they got in society. And that when science went wrong, okay, and it became stale and rigid, like the Hierophant once were, the thing that they left behind. So this is another attempt, like breaking free, and it's like a person going to the East and taking the knowledge there and giving it to the people in the West, traditionally. Okay, so that will change with time. And Knight of Wands is, it's not a stoppable energy. It's like, I got the torch now, I got the fire. Well, it can end with this if you are choosing that dragon, but I don't encourage it. I think to just leave conflicts behind. If people want to argue, if they want to be dramatic, because this can be like some kind of drama queen as well, that's might be like very hurt or sad inside in some way, but taking this out on other people, and the Knight of Wands here needs to leave that behind. In that case, don't engage in drama. That's beneath you. You can ask people, you can talk with them, you don't have to disregard them. You can ask them what's the problem, or what do they really feel. If you are close, you can do this. If it's someone that you don't know, you don't have to go into this. But if there's someone you care for, care enough so you ask what it is that's going on in their mind, what is going on, what is happening here inside of them. So be also sensitive to this. People that's like this, they usually doesn't have anything else, and they have invested so much in this, and if you take it away from them, their world is collapsing. So don't disregard the pain of this, and just because it comes out as bitterness, or being like very square, you don't have to mind this. Still look beyond, like, what is it that the person is trying to defend here. And here we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is when you get like wrapped up in your own thoughts, and your thoughts are not being clear at all. It's going in every different direction. But if I go with authority here, I will still have my job. If I don't go with authority, I will lose my job. If I stay with authority, I will have done something really bad, because then it's like I said okay to the stupid thing that my boss did or my friend did or whatever. And it goes on like this, like a lot of things, how you're thinking about this situation. Try to not think. You see, your thoughts can't clear this out. It's a spider web. It's so entangled. You need to feel your body. What is your body saying to you? Free your body, both from the blindfold. You don't want to see the truth, because the truth is going to make you make an uncomfortable choice that may jeopardize your own life, and you weren't even involved. It might feel like this. And then the blindfold that's also on your body, restraining your movements, your natural movements. Listen to your body. What is it saying? Where do you have your heart? And also entangle yourself from the spider web. Yes, you might have a certain destiny, but you don't have to stay there and be eaten by that spider. Okay, so that was in the now. So in the now, you're on a bit of a journey, and it's very easy to go wrong here or to go astray, because you have the Eight of Swords as almost an outcome here. Truthful and then stuck. Traveling and then stuck. Okay, and we have the Knight of Wands here. This energy, it's a flame, like it wants to burn, but it's a little bit sad, to be honest. Okay, and we have this Five of Swords and the Virgo energy. It looks rather like the Hermit has taken the role of being the warrior here in some sense. Hopefully a rainbow warrior, but might not be. Okay, so don't be like, if you have a mentor of some sort, like a hermit, like the hermit is like seeking out someone that has a lot of spiritual knowledge. If you seek someone that has a lot of spiritual knowledge, even those people can have real dark sides. They can have really dark corners of their soul. So be aware of that, even if it's like a person that means the world to you, and you are, it's like someone you look up to. They can still be dishonest, is what I'm saying here. And here you have the King of Coins and the Queen of Cups. So I think this is something that's very close to home, very close maybe to your money or to your safety or to your social situation, social structure. So it has a lot of meaning to you. It's not just something you can just walk away from and leave it, because it's a part of you. It's a part of what's make you you. But here is this, you don't want to engage in this drama. It's just this drama. It's not your game. Okay. So here we have the future, and here we have a Knight of Coins. Knight of Coins, that's very beautiful. You take it slow. You follow your inner nature. You want, it's like you have this capacity to be very subordinate to other people, and you want to be adaptable and not make any fuss. The Knight of Coins is steady. It's like a draft horse, not very dramatic like these beautiful youngsters. They might have been in the younger days, but usually a draft horse is rather cool. But okay, this is a knight, so it's younger days. We go with that. And so you let your natural being be free. Let your natural instinct be free. Listen to your own longing. Where does it want to take you? Play, fun, happiness. Where do you find play, fun, and happiness? Don't go with authority, safety, yes, fear. Fun. Okay, it needs to be fun. Okay. We have the earth water here again. Earth water, it's very fertile, it can be born beautiful things here, so don't be scared. It's something like it's a seed underneath this surface, and it's watered as well, so it's wanting to spring forward. Yes, here we have an Eight of Coins. So it's like working out something. Maybe you need to plan a little ahead into the future, If there's some trouble on your workplace, you need to like, okay, what do I want to do instead? How can I develop this? Because it's 8 of coins, so it doesn't say anything about leaving something behind. It's more like taking it up to the next level, finding better ways to do it, problem solving, new visions. It's like being called to the well of wisdom, the call to the well of the divine, and they are saying, okay, what do you want to do now? How are you going to fix this? What is your aim in this problem solving? And they will listen to your thoughts and they will give you some feedback. So also ask questions if you're stuck a little bit, so you can get better viewpoints. You can pray. You can pray for help. You can ask for help. You can also start to envision like a new future. What do you want to, in the best scenarios in all this mess, what could be the best scenario, like the top scenario, the thing where you also connect to this fun with the horses and the light-hearted energy with the Queen of Cups, something where people are joining together in like not a strong overruling the one with the heart, okay, but the one with the heart finding solutions to the future problems. No more Chernobyls, okay? So Chernobyl, yes, it was from the Taurus reading. I was talking about Chernobyl becoming more natural, because nature will survive whatever kind of catastrophe you will throw at it. Maybe not all catastrophes. We can kill the earth, I guess, but life will still survive somewhere in the universe. So in Chernobyl, we have shown that human beings is more dangerous to nature than a Chernobyl catastrophe, like in a nuclear, no, not nuclear, see here, atomic, I know the names in Swedish. I'm really interested in those things, but in English, sorry, but meltdown anyway of this this Chernobyl. It was a power plant in Russia that started to have a little bit of eruption, like a volcanic eruption, if you can imagine, and that made this space, you can't go back there for about 100,000 years. That's the half of when the nuclear waste there will have been like half as much as it was before. Maybe it was shorter span of half time with that kind of material that was there. It might have been 30 years or something as well, but it will take time before we can go back. But the animals are there. No one is telling the animals you can't come in there, so they are living and they are thriving, bears and wolves and big packs. So go with the nature, go with what's natural, and you will survive even the biggest catastrophe. Don't join with authority that's thinking very short term, just on money, on themselves, on what they can earn, what kind of power they can get. Don't go with this. Don't sell yourself off, okay? And here we have a 10 of Wands. So for some of you, it might be also sad to see people in authority crumble before your eyes and falling to flat on the ground without a penny left in their wallet. So that might be sad for an empath to see this, how they are being left in the dust when you all leave. We see here 5s and 10s. So it's still something vulnerable with this that is happening. And it could help to talk about things, like really honestly talk about things, not just, you know, being in consideration, not telling people what you actually know. If you know some ugly truth, say it to the person's face. Say, this is what I have learned. I don't know if it can help you, if it's just going to make you mad, but this is what I see. And I hope I will be here for you. I can help you. 10 of Wands is flight or flee card, so it might be that you're picking up your house and leaving as well, taking your soul with you. But it's hard. It's hard to leave old things that has mean so much for you. We have the Hermit here, so it's something rather beautiful and pure anyway. But it's like I said, with the religion to scientists. Scientist is kind of dead to me, because they are not being curious. There's branches, yes, that's full of life, like like with DNA, for example. It's really wonderful. It's really revolutionary. But some old pieces that were once revolutionary is not anymore. They are dull and they are dead. Archaeology might be one scene where there's still the coming people that's really brave, but well, we are not going to talk about that, but it's human. I'm so interested in human anthropology and everything that has led us up to being the ones that we are today. Because if you look at history, you will know what will happen tomorrow, because it's always repeating again and again. It's like people don't know their history, so they are always surprised. But I'm not, and I like to be surprised, but I'm seldom surprised about things. Curiosity, kill the cat is what's coming there. Okay. Here we have the hangman, lose the money. Okay, that's, you see here, don't go with authority, lose the money, let go of all titles, all worldly goods, things that was you have fought for before, because it's not together with your inner morality of it all. This is the hangman illumination, what I talked about, everything pointing to actually Aries, but here we have the hermit centered instead, and the king of coins, so it's the earth persons, but we have not any earth in that at all, actually, but it's the hangman illumination, what I'm seeing here. Something with the divine masculine is changing, with the power of authority is changing, and it's very beautiful. It's going to free us all, but we need to hang upside down and be in like this state of, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm really afraid. I'm leaving this old thing because it doesn't feel comfortable, but I don't know what the new will bring. I'm just going where my soul takes me, and I don't know what that will end up. So it might be very scary for some of you, but it's also the mirror here. So we're coming back to this. You need to see it in yourself. You can't just blame others for having like this square way of being, like this is how it should be, this is how it is. You look yourself in the mirror. Start with the person in the mirror. Don't just blame outside. If you see like a person doing some stupid thing on the outside of you like this, look at the inside. When are you also doing this? Turn this around. Write a story like this person is so awful because this and this and this and this. And then you turn it around and write, I am so awful. You don't have to say awful. I was just kidding a little bit. And you just turn it around and you say, I'm doing this and this and this. And then you see in what situation you are doing the same thing. Don't judge before you have. Don't throw stones when you are in a glass house. It's a Swedish saying. Maybe you have it in English as well, in the English-speaking countries. And here we have the devil. So Knight of Wands, Five of Swords, the devil. You need to go down and find your true strength, like the true revolutionary spirit. It needs to come like from the bottom again, bottom up, bottom up. This is what happened in every kind of revolution, and this is a spiritual one. This is just a let go of. I just see people letting go of things that they have subordinated themselves because they feared, and now they're not fearing anymore. They are trusting their own soul, but it's the devil here. So you might deal with a person that's really difficult, that doesn't want to see anything new underneath the face of the sun. They honor the old. And old can be good. As I said, you need to look at your history to get to know your future. But if you get stuck there and you think that this is what we need to honor for the rest of our lives and never see anything else, that's stupid. That's no development. So it's like the Knight of Wands is being captivated here between the Five of Swords and the devil a little bit. But in the same time, it's a chance for you. It's like it's orchestrated like this, so you will be able to pick up your strength and do a little bit of revolution. It doesn't have to be big. Just like instead of saying yes to some stupid suggestion, you say, no, I don't want to. That's not accordingly with my moral values and standards, because this is this is passion, this is matters of the heart, of the soul. So it's not, it's about what kind of person you want to be. Okay, so I will see a little bit what's the kind of situation that you're in. And it's actually a healing situation. So this is like making something seen so it can be healed. Everything you put attention to will heal. So when you put attention to something that has been maybe buried in the basement and you take it forward and you see it can heal. So heal the devil. Help help this entity to see themselves and shine up all their corners. Don't let them be blind just because you try to be polite and you know this is not what you should say, because you have the truth here. You have the truth, but you refuse to say it. So are you going to leave the devil there unknowing, like without the shine of the light that could have been brought into this situation and helped everyone? It's like what I said to Virgo, I think. If you have a bully in your life, like someone that's bullying other people, people are so nice and they are not saying this. They are letting the bully be a bully, and they just like, oh no, here she comes. Just endure. and other people do that too, and everyone. So this person that's a bully, they don't know that they are a bully. They don't know that people are seeing them like this, because no one is having the courtesy to tell them. And they don't know why people around them is just disappearing. So do the courtesy to tell people. Also ask other people, like, what is it that I'm doing that you are still like so annoyed by? And you can collect this data from different people and look at this with yourself and illuminate this inside yourself. It's not, you can't just blame the outside. It's always going on your inside as well. And it's nothing to be judged. It's not there because you are a person that should be judged and throw away like rubbish. It's there because you have hidden something from yourself, because it hurt too much, or you didn't find any help in the outside world that can help you deal with this. So you find a survival strategy, and it was a stupid one, but it's still there. So a bully might be one that has survived by being a bully. And other people is spoiling them and making them into an authority figure. It's the last one you want to have as an authority figure, and still they are there. And what's that all about? It's because the nice people are keeping quiet and saying, oh, we let him rule. He feels like nice is that way. So nice people are enabling this. So a better way to be nice is to tell them, like, this is you have a little bit of problem with this. You're scaring me, frankly. You're being very angry often. What is that about? What's happening? Okay, healing, like help people heal. Don't leave them with their mess and pretend like you don't see. That's dishonorable. Okay. So from Vibrational Energy Oracle Cards, it's my new Oracle card deck. It's with Debbie A. Anderson and illustrated by Heather Brewster. Oh, I kept it upside down, but it still came 2 cards for you here. Oh, it's very beautiful. You have a beautiful future to await you. It's just you need to go through this. It's clean sweep and messenger. So you really need to tell people. Yes, you can sweep them away and say bye-bye to you. Clean sweep, everything is gone. But don't miss this. This is a window, I know, but don't miss this with the mirror aspect. Tell them also. And then you might be afraid they will tell something back at you, but take it. It's no problem. If someone says something to you like this, you have done this, it's bad, it's awful. You can say, okay, I look in the mirror and see, is it awful? Yes, it's awful. Okay, I change my ways, or it's not awful. So I stand by myself, unifying with myself. You don't have to let people scare you. You don't have to do that. It's yes, you want to be loved, but you don't need to be loved by everyone. But messenger, come with a message. Don't let them live in this shadowland of not knowing anything about what they are doing and why they are being kept alone and why no one wants to be with them. And okay, so come with a beautiful message of peace. It's a gray dove, so it has a little bit, it's not the white piece like you are bending over backwards and saying, yes, shoot me in the head, like turn the other cheek, it's better. Okay, it's more, it comes with a message that has a little bit of string attached to it. You're not being like, you're not petting them on the shoulder. You're telling them something with a hand on your shoulder, but your eyes straight into their eyes, and you're saying, this, I'm going to tell you something, and it's important. You can be mad at me, but this is what I see. This is what I see that you're doing. And either the person will break in front of you and maybe also open up to you, or they will hate you. And if they hate you, you have done your thing. They will have something to ponder on anyway, and it's not your responsibility to save the world. It's your responsibility to speak the truth even if your voice shakes, because the truth shall set you free. So truth and honesty, Aquarius. It seems like a very messy reading, but I feel this is like heading for a better tomorrow. This is just, it's messy right now, but it's a beautiful new future for you, Aquarius. That will, it will be a brand new tomorrow. It will be jumpy a little while, but you will find new ground to stand on. And you need to sacrifice old things, like the way of the old, the way of just going along with a shadowy creature that just has a lot of authority. Okay, I hope this helped, and I want you to take really good care, and thank you for watching this far, and I welcome you back to my next mid-month reading that will come in the beginning of October. Okay, bye-bye.